Aren't all religions basically the same? This is one of the most widely held and wildly wrong ideas I can think of. I get this nonsense all the time from my students, my philosophy students at the college where I teach. And I just can't believe it. And it's not just presented as a question, it's presented as dogma. We know that all religions are basically the same. I have a very simple question when I hear that from one of my students. I ask them this: can you tell me another religion where it's not an account of how man gets right with God or the gods or the universe, what man does to accomplish his spiritual goals? Can you tell me another faith like that besides the Christian faith? Can you tell me of another faith that affirms that God himself took on flesh and dwelt among us? Would you mind naming for me all the other religions that believe that this God-man suffered the wrath of the Father for the sins of his people? Can you name for me another religion that claims, doesn't even have to have any evidence, even claims that its founder was dead for 3 days and was raised again, never to die again? I'm perfectly willing to take the position that when you reduce it down, every religion, apart from the Christian faith, has basically the same message. Do good, work hard, do right, and eventually you'll find yourself in paradise. Every other faith is some variation of that basic premise, some pathway up the mountain. But the Christian faith is the story of God coming down the mountain to rescue us. Friends, I'm sorry to say, but when you hear someone say this, it's kind of a big neon sign over their head. Just says, doesn't know what they're talking about. Now, it doesn't mean the person's not valuable or doesn't have dignity or shouldn't be heard, but it does mean they do not know what they're talking about. They're spewing nonsense. And their look at the Christian faith has been light and uninformed. One of the things, I would take the position that it's actually the uniqueness of the Christian faith is a profoundly powerful argument in its defense. It's not like anything else. Did other religions have dying and rising gods? Yes, absolutely. Mystery religions and all of those dying and rising gods, all those events took place in misty prehistory. But Jesus suffered under Pontius Pilate. When Jesus was born, it was because a decree went out when Quirinius was governor in Syria that all the world should be taxed. Jesus invaded space and time. Don't, friends, believe the hype.